We have mapped the surface of the Moon and Mars and Venus in finer detail than we have mapped the floor of our own ocean. 12 people have walked on the Moon. Only about 24 have ever reached the deepest point of the sea, and most of them went in the last few years. There are places on this planet right now that no eye has ever seen and no light has ever touched. And here is the part that keeps scientists up at night. Every single time we finally reach one of these places, we find something we were sure could not be alive down there. So tonight, 3 sealed rooms, ocean, ice, and rock, the 3 least explored places on Earth. We are going to ask, honestly, what could be living in each one? And by the end, that question won't just be about here. It will be about who else is out there. Number 3, the Hadal Zone, the deepest trenches of the ocean, below 6,000 meters, named after Hades, the underworld. Start with a number that should be embarrassing. As of this year, we have mapped only about a quarter of the seafloor at modern resolution. 3/4 of the solid surface of our own planet is, in a real sense, a blank. We have better maps of the far side of the Moon, and the trenches are the deepest part of that blank. The bottom of the Mariana Trench, the Challenger Deep, lies almost 11,000 meters down. Drop Mount Everest into it, and the summit would still be more than 2 kilometers underwater. The pressure there is over 1,000 times what you feel at the surface. The weight of an elephant balanced on your thumbnail. For a long time, textbooks said nothing with a backbone could survive that. They were wrong. In 2022, a camera lowered off Japan filmed a small, pale, almost delicate snailfish swimming calmly at 8,336 meters, the deepest fish ever seen. It survives because a single molecule in its cells braces its proteins against the crushing dark. But here is what we don't know. That snailfish is sitting right at the theoretical limit, the depth where, in principle, no fish should be able to exist at all. And below it lies 4 more kilometers of trench we have barely photographed. What lives in that last 4 kilometers? Bigger things? Stranger things? Nothing at all? We genuinely do not know, which is exactly why number 2 is even harder to reach. Number 2. Hidden under the ice of Antarctica are lakes, not frozen, liquid. More than 400 of them, sealed beneath kilometers of solid ice in permanent absolute darkness. The largest is Lake Vostok. It is the size of Lake Ontario, and it has been sealed off from the sky, from the air, from sunlight, for an estimated 15 million years. 15 million years ago, there were no humans, no ice age cycles as we know them, and a body of water the size of a great lake has been sitting there in the dark, untouched, ever since. Which raises an almost unbearable question. Is anything alive in it? And for decades we couldn't answer, because to find out you have to drill through kilometers of ancient ice without contaminating what you find. In 2019, a team finally did it cleanly, into a smaller sealed lake called Mercer, a kilometer down. And the water was not dead, it was full of bacteria. But they found something stranger too, the bodies of tardigrades and tiny crustaceans, animals, in a lake buried under the ice for thousands of years. How they got there, whether anything like them is still alive down there, we still don't fully know. And this is the moment the story stops being only about Earth, because a lake of liquid water, sealed under a shell of ice, kept dark and alive by the warmth below. That is not just Antarctica. That is a near-perfect description of Europa and Enceladus, the ice moons of Jupiter and Saturn. Which means the drills we send under Antarctic ice are a rehearsal. And that points us straight down to number 1. Number 1. The most unexplored place on Earth is not a place you could ever visit. It is the rock beneath you, solid stone, kilometres down, and it is alive. We used to think life stopped a few meters into the soil. It does not. Drill into the crust, into deep mines, into the rock beneath the seafloor, and you keep finding microbes. 2 kilometres down, 4 kilometres down, in stone, in near total darkness, at crushing heat and pressure, and the scale of it is staggering. When scientists added it all up, they estimated that the life hidden inside the Earth's crust weighs as much as 15 to 23 billion tons of carbon, hundreds of times the combined weight of every human being alive. As much as 70% of all the bacteria and archaea on the planet may live not on the surface, but below it. We have been living on the roof of the largest habitat on Earth and barely knew it was there. Some of these microbes may divide only once in hundreds, even thousands of years, almost geological life, closer to the rock than to us. And most of the species down there have never been named. You can visit the edge of this world. In Romania, there is a cave called Movile, sealed off from the outside for 5.5 million years. Inside, in poisonous air and total darkness, is a thriving ecosystem of dozens of species found nowhere else on Earth. Spiders, leeches, scorpions, none of which have ever seen the sun, and not one of them needs it. Which brings us to the thread running through all three. Ocean, ice and rock. 3 sealed rooms, and in every one, life that does not run on sunlight. For almost all of history, we assumed it had to. Sunlight at the bottom of every food chain, plants turning light into life, everything else eating the plants. Then, in 1977, a submersible at the bottom of the Pacific found hot volcanic vents crowded with giant tube worms and clams, an entire ecosystem with no light at all. Those animals live on chemistry, on energy pulled straight out of the rock and the water. We called it chemosynthesis, and it quietly rewrote the rules for where life can exist. Every place on this list runs on that same trick. The Hadal Deep, the sealed lakes, the microbes in the crust. None of them need the sun. And once you accept that life can run on chemistry in the cold and the dark, the map of where life might exist stops ending at Earth's surface. It reaches the buried ocean of Europa. It reaches Enceladus, where in 2023, a spacecraft found phosphates in the plume erupting from its hidden sea, the last missing building block of life. A dark, cold, sealed ocean with every ingredient life needs. We have 3 of those on Earth. We have barely looked inside them, and what we keep finding is that the dark is not empty. So weigh it, honestly. What is known? All 3 of these places are alive. The trenches, the sealed lakes, the rock beneath us. Life is there, and it does not need the sun. That much is no longer in doubt. What is uncertain is everything that matters most. How much life? How large? How strange? Whether something is swimming in Vostok right now. What sits in that last unphotographed stretch of trench? Where, exactly, life finally gives up. And what is open is the biggest question of all. If life takes hold this easily in the dark and the cold and the crushing pressure, here, on the one planet we can actually check, then the buried oceans of Europa and Enceladus stop looking empty and start looking like somewhere we should go. The least explored places on Earth are not up in the sky. They are beneath your feet, and every time we finally look, something looks back. What do you think is down there? And that is where I will leave it. And if there is a mystery you would love to see untangled, tell me. Until the next one.